If you were injured in an accident,
It wasn't my fault.
but you called an Atlanta TV law firm.
That was my fault.
If you were injured in an accident,
Call Cromartie Law.
Personal service from local attorneys.
we don't get paid unless we win.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
I want to pass on everything that I do here. I mean, I love having my kids with me, learning from their dad. A lot of this stuff has been passed down from generation to generation. Yeah, things have changed over the years to make life easier, but still, some stuff you do, it's great to pass on to your kids.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like a great basketball team, success starts with a solid game plan. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead.
Greetings everyone, Cash Money Mike here with World's Finest Chocolate. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and make sure you keep Christ in Christmas. Remember the reason for the season, and that is love, forgiveness, grace. And if you ever need chocolate, please give me a call. Scan the QR code, and adios.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
we're gonna take care of you.
If you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health, feel whole.
I get ready for a long-range trip by finding inspiration to begin with. Where do I want to go and why? And usually that involves adventure, something I haven't seen before, something new, a new trail to...
High school basketball coverage begins now on the Southeast Sports Network. This broadcast is presented by Cromartie Law. Produced by Northwest Georgia Media in collaboration with WLAQ Radio. You're watching high school basketball
that you feel like are going to be so exciting that I almost get a little bit nervous before the game start. And you can really feel some tension in the building right now as this one gets ready to tip off here in about 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah. There's no question. Both these teams are going to want this one. I think it's fair to say that these are two of the elite programs in the area when it comes to boys basketball, and they're going to go hard at each other. They've had some classic matchups, and they played in the last two tournaments. I think we broadcast them those games the last 2 years. So it's been a lot of fun to watch. Model the story of this team. They're placing a historic class last year, but they are picking up right where they left off. They're off to a perfect start on the season.
Yeah, they are. They are 6-0, Ian, to your point, 3-0 in region play, which is 6 Class A Division I. Meanwhile, Rome off to a good start. You don't have as big of a sample size because obviously the football team made it to the semifinals, so they haven't played a lot of games yet, and they're just getting things going. But they're already 3-1, 0-1 out of Region 5A. So obviously a bigger classification. But both teams have athletes from top to bottom of their roster, and they're going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting to see how these two teams match up. I do want to give a couple of acknowledgments regarding the sponsors for the broadcast tonight. Start with the video side. You've got presenting sponsor Cromartie Law. Replay is brought to you by Smith & Wood Wealth Management. Also along board on the video side, Mathis True Value Hardware, World's Finest Chocolate, Advent Health Redmond, and the Herb Shop on Broad. On the radio side tonight, we've got Advent Health Redmond as one of our presenting sponsors. Also along with us tonight, Sylvan Learning Center, Equipment Outlet, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Rome Orthopedic Center, Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales. And then also last but certainly not least, a great supporter of the radio broadcast this year is Harbin Clinic and Atrium Health Floyd. So there you go, folks.
And we thank all of those fine sponsors for allowing us to be here doing what we love to do.
It's the only way we can afford to do it, and we appreciate that because we love getting out and supporting these local teams, and it's a heck of a lot of fun to broadcast the games, personally, and we appreciate you allowing us to have the opportunity to do it. It's awesome, so much fun. All right, man, well, we're just about ready to go here. We're not going to take another break before we jump into this one, but gold ball history-wise, we'll let you know Rome, they have got 11. Their last was in 2024. As far as gold ball history here for the Model Blue Devils, they have 2. Their last was in 2014. And then, of course, before that, it was 1962. And they've had some
blows my mind.
Legendary teams in recent years. But one of the things that every coach that you talk to, and I think we may have another playing of the national anthem, it got kind of quiet in here. That's what people are kind of expecting, I think, so we'll see. But, until we hear that, I'll go ahead and finish my statement. But a lot of coaches will tell you, look, the preparation that you get from this tournament for teams that are headed to the postseason, you can't quantify what you can get out of that because look at the atmosphere and what you're playing and the quality of competition that you get to play. This, no doubt, is going to help you at the end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Iron sharpens iron.
All right, well, let's give you the starting lineups, and then we'll get rocking and rolling here. We're going to start with the Rome Wolves, and number 0, Braxton Anderson, a senior in the lineup tonight. You've got number 1, Elijah Heath, a sophomore. Number 3, Malachi Glover, a senior. Number 5, Amari Boatner, also a senior. And number 22, Marquez Elston, who is a star defensive end on the football team. He is a senior as well. So there's your starting 5 for Rome, their head coach. Young coach has done a great job in his last couple of years for Rome, Dawson Wehunt. For the Model Blue Devils, you will have number 10, John Mason, a senior this year. Number 21, Bryson Denson, a junior. Number 22, Bryson Bell, a senior. Number 25, Chaden Woodley, just a sophomore. And number 10, Dominic Fraley. He is a senior. That should be your starting 5 there for the Model Blue Devils, and their head coach, longtime coach, is Jacob Travis. And I tell you, Coach Travis in the last, 5 or 6 years has made a few Elite 8 runs, went to the Final Four one year, has just done an unbelievable job with his group. And so this is a really great coaching matchup between these two coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to see some differing styles here. Of course, Travis not afraid to go to his bench and get his guys out there. But we watched Rome yesterday. Oh, and we're starting with a technical foul.
Yes, we are. So Model going to the free throw line, and the first shot rattles around and in, and that's Bryson Denson at the free throw line. Now, one of the things you'll notice, I'm not sure if this is the origin of that, but both teams are in white. And so somebody did not get the memo and wear the correct jerseys for the evening. Both teams are in white. That's a bit unusual. So made both of them, by the way. Denson did. I don't know if that has anything to do with that.
Yeah, it has to.
Denson fires it to Chaden Woodley on the right wing side. Now gets it inside. Dominic Fraley spins around, gets around the defender, misses the shot. Rebound's going to be taken by Marquez Elston. Rome is going to bring it up from left to right on your radio dial. If you happen to be listening that way, they're going to send it over to the far side. Heath has got it for Rome. Wolves with the basketball trailing 2-0. But for how long? 3-point shot on the way. It's a miss. They still trail 2-0.
It's differing styles, as I mentioned in the pregame here. Rome likes to get those 3 balls fired up, and Model's going to defend that 3-point line and try to make them attack the post. And on the other end, I think we're going to see them try to feed Fraley down low as well.
Bryson Denson's got the basketball, trying to split defenders, has the ball picked off. Anderson has his pocket picked nearly, as poked free. John Mason knocks the ball out of bounds. He got there in a hurry. He was on a mission.
And Mason is just a high motor guy. He doesn't know any other speed than 5th gear.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't show up in the stat sheets, but he affects every game he's in. Here's a shot off the glass, kisses it in. That was Chaden Woodley for Model.
Woodley, sophomore now, got a year under his belt, having to step up and find a way to be a leader on this team, but just a heck of an athlete.
Model gets in the first couple of jabs, up 4-0, as Rome tries to punch back here. Quick shot from Heath from the free throw line, misses the shot. Rebound's going to be picked up here by the Blue Devils and Bryson Bell. Bryson Denson now to Mason. They kick it out to Woodley for 3, misses the shot, tracks down his own rebound, but it goes into the hands of Rome's Boatner. Boatner across the timeline, gives it off to Anderson, puts up the jump shot, misses it from the free throw line, and Denson's there for the rebound.
Rome coming out a little cold in their half-court offense, and Model's going to try to stretch the lead.
Dominic Fraley with the basketball, fires it left wing side, gets it to Bryson Denson, drives the baseline, kicks it out. There's John Mason into the lane, puts it up, misses the shot, but gets fouled, and he's going to the line.
Yeah, nice job there with the pump fake and dribble drive by Mason. Got the Rome defender on his heels, and he'll get a chance at the free throw line to convert.
Model beat Coosa yesterday 89-51 to advance to the semifinals. Meanwhile, Rome was dominant over Pepperell, shot on the way and through. Final score for Rome over Pepperell was 70-38. And like you said, Ian, this Rome team dives deep into the bench, and they do it early. Second shot on the way from Mason, and that one is through as well. So a 6-0 run here for Model to start the game.
4 of those points coming at the free throw line. The game started with a technical foul because both teams are wearing white, and I think Rome is supposed to be in the solid reds.
But right now, Rome with the basketball. They drive towards the low block, and they get the lid off the basket there with number 3, Malachi Glover.
Glover and Heath are just so long at that guard position. They play under control, and they can knock the 3 down too.
For sure. There's John Mason back up top. They work it around the horn. Chaden Woodley with it, goes towards the lane, puts it up from the free throw line. Circus shot goes in, and one. Wow.
Yeah, it was an awkward looking shot, but he stripped it. Nothing but nylon, and he has a chance to convert the 3-point play here at the line.
Model leads at 8-2. They are up by 6.
And the gym has filled out, as expected.
Yeah. And we're still early in the evening. It's 5:46. By the time we get to halftime of this one, I think it'll be standing room only, more than likely. But Chaden Woodley with a free throw trying to convert the 3-point play, and he does it the old-fashioned way.
He sure did. And the largest lead of the game is 7 for Model. 9-2, they lead the Rome Wolves.
Braxton Anderson brings it across the floor here for Rome. Mari Boatner, ball stolen away. Bryson Denson has the ball, goes into the lane, kisses it off the glass, a bit too strong. Here comes Rome back the other way. Elijah Heath has got it. Little runner and tries to roll it in. Misses the shot. And it is out on Rome.
Yep, going the other way. It's been too long since I've got to watch Coach Travis work the officials.
You're not kidding, man.
He's becoming one of my favorite pastimes.
I got you. Chaden Woodley behind the back, dribbles right into the lane, going to take it himself, gets blocked, but also some contact, so he's going back to the line.
Yeah, right now, Model's getting under the skin of the Wolves a little bit here.
You know, as you pointed out, they graduated 5 seniors last year, had a lot of experience and guys that were used to making deep runs in the state tournament, and you wonder what this team will look like this year. You knew they had some talent, but they have come out of the gate firing on all cylinders. Knocks down the free throw.
They really have. And you've got some guys who played big minutes on those teams, but it is a different role when those leaders exit, and then you've got to find a way to be a better teammate to all the underclassmen, and that's something Coach Travis talked about a lot in the preseason. But it looks like so far they're stepping into those roles with confidence.
Woodley has now knocked down 3 free throws in a row, Ian, and the lead grows to 9. Biggest lead of the night from Model, up 11-2. They've led for the first 3+ minutes of the ball game. Rome with the basketball, needing a bucket. They get it to left wing side, bounce pass to the free throw line, kick out, 3 on the way, and that one's going to be too strong.
Rome settling for the 3.
They're going to go down low to Dominic Fraley off the glass and through. Nice feed underneath.
And 1. Fraley did a great job to release. Great pass there to find him in transition. And he takes the contact, makes the basket, and Rome's going to take a timeout.
13-2, Model on top by 11 early in this one. 4:27 left to go in the first quarter. It's a semifinal boys game here in the Christmas tournament. We're back in 30 seconds.
Yeah, things have changed over the years to make life easier, but still, some stuff you do, it's great to pass on to your kids.
Halfway through the first quarter, Model has put together an 11-point, 13-2 lead. Part of the reason there, Hunt decided to call a timeout, try to see if he can rally the troops, get everybody on the same page, and settle down early in this ball game. But leading the charge offensively for the Blue Devils is Chaden Woodley, who has notched 7 points through the first not quite 4 minutes.
And the biggest difference we're seeing in this game as opposed to Rome's game last night is the Models not allowing the second chance opportunities. Rome hasn't been able to knock down the 3, but they're not getting to the offensive glass either to create easy putbacks.
And so Dominic Fraley at the free throw line here trying to convert a 3-point play, and he does.
Fraley's one of these kids. We've seen him the last few years when we've watched the middle school teams play and the JV teams play, and he got some action in the varsity, but he's really growing into his frame, has a chance to be a really outstanding big for this Blue Devils team.
And Ian, he has really developed physically, and not only that, just in terms of skill set, he has got a leading role on this team this year.
Right now, Rome just out of sorts, settling for threes. Be interesting to see how they change their strategy here, because right now that is not working for them.
Chaden Woodley across the timeline here for the Blue Devils, being guarded by Anderson. Now back to Bryson Denson on to Bell. Sends it left wing side. John Mason going to work baseline. Spins around into the lane. 2 defenders. Circus shot and through. Reverse layup.
Yeah, heck of a move there by Mason. You knew that kid was going to step right into a leadership role. I mean, there's no question.
Braxton Anderson baseline, going to get it to Heath. And Rome looking a little bit out of sorts here in the early goings in this game. But right now, Model leads at 16-2 rather. I would not have expected this start, to be honest with you.
I mean, that Model's attacking. They're being the aggressor here. They're attacking the basket. They're going after the inside on Rome's defense, and it's working. I mean, they're getting to the free throw line, and they're converting on easy layups.
Anderson's got the ball, puts up a quick jump shot, and that one's through. And Ian, one of the points we should definitely make here is I think Rome is a team that's fully capable of going on a run of their own.
100%. If they heat up, they can knock this lead out quickly.
Tyler Harrell with it up top here for the Blue Devils. Gives it to Chaden Woodley. Goes to work on Heath. Goes back up top to Bryson Bell. Now on to Bryson Denson. Denson backs up, feeds it to Woodley on the far side. He's going to work low block, kicks it out. There's Bell. He's a sharp shooter. Here's Denson. He starts to work inside. Nearly lost the handle. I thought he slid his pivot foot a little bit there. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see the whistle on the travel. They got it?
Yeah, they got it. They did.
It was kind of a late whistle, it felt like there. But
if he doesn't do that, he actually converted on that layup.
So Braxton Anderson, he is going to hand it off to Malachi Glover, who brings it across the timeline for the Rome Wolves. They kick it out left wing side. There's a quick jump shot. Going to be off the side of the rim. Here's a second look, though, for the Wolves, and that was number 22, knocking down a bucket, Marquez Elston.
Yeah, that was a great effort by Elston to tap the ball off the backboard and get the second chance point. We just talked about how Rome wasn't getting those opportunities. He created that. Big bucket.
Brenton shot from outside. Shaden Woodley knocks down the tray.
Right now, this has just been one heck of a quarter from the Model Blue Devils.
Rome with the basketball trying to build some momentum. They're going to have to find a way to get some stops. Yep. Shot is going to be missed and some second chances, to your point.
Yes, indeed. Oh, nice pickpocket.
Free. Anderson driving and lays it in on the finger roll. So it's 19-8, 11-point game. Model on top. Shaden Woodley with it, sends it right wing side. Now back up top. Bryson Bell now on to Bryson Denson. He'll back up between the circles, reset the offense. Sends it to Woodley on the left wing side. Inside to Bryson Bell off the glass. Too strong. Kept in bounds by Rome. Ricochets nearly off one of the Rome players, Heath, but he recovered and they have the ball.
Rome trying to trim into this lead.
Wolves goes inside, puts it up, and they call it a blocking foul.
And they're going to get the block foul there as Anderson goes to the rack and absorbs the contact.
Jacob Travis working the official a little bit. He's not
overkill. No.
He hadn't dialed it up to 11 yet.
Just having some light conversation over there on the sidelines.
But we're going to get free throws here from Braxton Anderson of the Rome Wolves as they try to climb back in it. This could be part of the recipe, and he makes the first. So that cuts it to a 10-point ball game. And if you're Rome here, just settle in, stay calm.
Yep.
Try to get into your ball game. Don't let Model take you out of what you've come here to do tonight and try to chip away, and that's seemingly what they're doing. Second shot on the way. That one rims out. Bryson Denson across the timeline for the Blue Devils. We got 1:30 left to go here in the first quarter. Bryson Bell trying to fire it inside, deflected by Elston. Now Bell's got it back, though. Woodley's got it, fires the three, and everything he's throwing up is going in.
That was well defended. I mean, it's just, good defense meets great offense,
Oh, man. Man, I don't even know what to say about the way that Woodley is shooting the basketball.
Yeah.
Because he's had, that very awkward shot that we saw earlier and, some different situations, and he's been able to make everything he's put up.
Yeah, he's feeling it right now. That's dangerous for Rome.
Anderson feeds it in. Glover's got it on the right wing side, being guarded by Bell. Puts up the quick jump shot. That is missed. John Mason brings down the rebound.
Shots just aren't falling for Rome, and that's in large part because of the intensity of Model's defense. They're not making it easy on them.
John Mason up top with it, sends it to Bryson Bell on the right wing. Back up top, Brenton Bell. Now left wing side, John. Mason with the basketball. Going to send it back up top to Brenton Bell. Now back to John Mason. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Mason works inside. Sends it out to Bryson Denson, corner three, and that one's in and out. Rebound tracked down by Rome. They try to get it out in transition, and it causes a turnover on the pass. And did they say he palmed it?
I missed it.
I'm not sure what the call was. I tell you what, though, Jeff Honeycutt's right in front of us, and he didn't like it. He's pretty fired up and animated.
I saw him
right
in line
here
for concessions just a bit ago.
Of course, sitting over here with his dad, Lynn Honeycutt. Braxton Anderson feeds it near side. Now back up top, Heath trying to get to the right wing side. Open three, but it's off the mark. Denson going to heave it towards the bucket, and it wasn't too far off as the buzzer sounded, but that is the end of the first quarter, and Model owned the first quarter. Your score, 22-9 in favor of the Blue Devils over the Wolves. We are back for the second quarter in 1 minute.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
we're going to take care of you.
If you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
I get ready for a long-range trip by finding inspiration to begin with. Where do I want to go and why? You go away on a big trip and you come back ready to go again.
Rome trying to put together a little bit of run here, see if they can claw their way back in it. I certainly believe they have it in them.
Yeah, they've just been out of rhythm.
Glover with a quick shot from 2.
Just need to see one go down, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was Glover's second make of the basketball game. Across the timeline goes Bryson Denson. Denson sends it left wing side. Now to Dominic Fraley in the corner, back up top, John Mason. Denson with it. He will drive, kick out. There's Mason, no look. He'll drive baseline, goes in, feeds it right back out to Bryson. Now Bryson Bell with the 3, and it is through.
Yeah, absolute dagger there. The Model continues to shoot hot from behind the arc.
Bryson Bell had 10 points and 6 rebounds in Model's victory over Coosa last night. Shot on the way is through. The tray there for Mr. Glover.
That was Braxton Anderson.
Oh, excuse me. So Braxton Anderson with the tray for Rome. They're going to send it right wing side. Here's Chaden Woodley for a long 2. Rattles off the rim, and a rebound taken there by Amari Boatner. Here come the Wolves back the other way, trailing 25-14. Wolves into the lane, puts it up. Shot is through.
Elijah Heath. He's one of those guys who can turn the game on its head.
All right, and a timeout is going to be called, so we're going to take it as well. 6:36 left to go in the second quarter. Model leads at 25-16, but Rome battling back, and we come back in 30 seconds.
You've been injured by a car wreck, dog bite, slip and fall, or someone else's negligence. You need Cromartie Law. Call 706-622-4853 for your free consultation. Get personal service from local attorneys.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
Bryson Denson brings it up the floor for the Blue Devils. Rome has cut their lead to 25-16. And a whistle on the other end.
Rome starting to cut in to this lead. They've dialed it up on defense. Seem to have settled down a little bit.
Momentum has shifted a little bit in Rome's favor. Going to try to keep that going as the ball is kicked about 3 rows deep here on the near stands by Bryson Denson.
And that's behind the scorer's table too. So that one had some momentum.
It had some momentum, a little bit of English too, you know.
Yeah.
Elijah Heath with the ball, shoots from the free throw line, and that one won't fall. Denson gets the rebound. I remember one time I was sitting at the scorer's table and had a bottle of water, and I took a bath because the ball came right at me and knocked it right into the equipment. We're out of range for that today. Here's Bryson Denson, gets blocked, shooting the 3. That was a hard foul, too.
It was. Going for the block, an aggressive play there by Elijah Heath, but he got a lot of hand there, and that'll be 3 shots for Denson. And Denson's a pretty solid free throw shooter.
And he started the game with technical shots and made them both.
And you have to wonder if that weird start had something to do with Rome's slow start as well. But Model just came out on fire.
They really did.
Yeah.
Missed the first shot of the 3, so he's got 2 more coming up with just under 6 to go in the second quarter. Second shot on the way, and that one is through. So he's now 3 of 4, shooting 75% from the free throw line.
That early math, treating Matt well. Gavin's in the house, though, so he can do the corrections for us if we need it.
Absolutely. Bryson Denson with one more free throw coming up, and that one he knocks down as well. So he's 4 of 5.
And the math
80%,
on that. Yeah,
80%.
yeah.
And if you don't know, just say it with authority, and then hopefully nobody notices.
Right.
Somebody will, I assure you.
Always.
Braxton Anderson feeds it underneath after a backdoor cut, but Model's defense cuts it off, and the Blue Devils will bring it back the other way, leading at 27-16. Oop, Woodley nearly lost the handle momentarily. Going to try to get it to Mason. Rome forces a turnover. Ball loose on the floor. Mason diving for it. And then Brenton Bell goes after it as well. And we finally have a jump ball.
We'll stay with Model. But what a scrap for the ball. That started at the Hawk logo at midcourt and ended about 15 feet from the basket.
Glover going to check back into the game here for the Rome Wolves. John Mason to inbound baseline here for the Blue Devils. Going to send it into Dominic Fraley. Fraley works it up top, gives it off to Brenton Bell. Now back over to Bryson Bell onto Chaden Woodley. Dominic Fraley with it, going to back his way around a defender. Oh my goodness, reverse layup, misses the shot.
Yeah, nice move there.
Pretty nifty move, but didn't get the finish that he was going after. Braxton Anderson going to feed it to Glover. Now back to Anderson. He'll go to work on Brenton Bell. Sends it right wing side. Baseline dribble. Pass is deflected and picked off by John Mason. Here comes Chaden Woodley with it for the Blue Devils. He goes to work on the right side and a blocking foul on Anderson.
Rome has definitely dialed up the intensity on defense. The Model has the ball handlers to handle that pressure.
John Mason bounce pass into Woodley. Shot is missed. Rebound taken by Rome. Glover has it. He's across the Hawk head at midcourt. Still dribbling. Shoots from the free throw line. A little runner. It falls short. Rebound picked up by Bryson Bell. Brenton Bell brings it across the midcourt stripe here for the Blue Devils. Works right. Now Bryson Bell. Now on to Woodley. Up top to Dominic Fraley. Fraley sends it left wing side. John Mason towards the free throw line and into the paint on 2 defenders. Banks it in.
Yeah, Mason got to his spot and was uncontested really once he took off. Nice drive and kiss off the glass for 2.
Mason now with 6 points in the contest. Here's a long 3. Anderson, that one's a little too strong. Ball ricochets off a couple of players and goes to Coach Bell over on the Model bench.
Going the other way. Anderson didn't agree with it.
Brenton Bell sends it right wing side to Bryson Denson. Denson goes to work on Anderson, spins around, gets blocked. Anderson with the block now has the ball, working coast to coast, goes in and lays it in. What a soft touch, Ian.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the way he approaches those layups. He could probably dunk it, but he just likes to roll it in and make sure that drifts through the basket. Big bucket for Rome.
29-18, Model on top by 11. John Mason again off the glass.
Mason is feeling himself right now. The senior out there getting where he wants to get, getting the shot he likes to take.
Glover with it, sends it left wing side. Can Rome get a 3 here? Yes, they can, and it's courtesy of Gio McGinnis, his first bucket of the game, and it was much needed for Rome. They cut it to 10.
Haven't had much luck outside the arc. If they can heat up, this lead could go away quickly.
Bryson Denson lost the handle momentarily, backs up. He'll set up the half-court offense for the Blue Devils, getting the signals from Coach Travis. He's between the circles, Denson is. He goes to work, spins around into the lane on Glover, puts it up, leaves it short, gets his own rebound. The putback won't go, and Bryson Denson has earned a trip this strike.
You know, there's a clear plan here that Model's trying to execute. They are getting the ball to the rim. They are attacking this Rome front court. And right now, they're really able to get to their spot and get the shots they want. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Wehunt does to try to affect that.
Denson fires the free throw, and it is through. He'll get ready for a second, and that brings the lead back to 11. And every time you see Rome throw a punch, Model's got an answer for it so far in this one, but Rome hanging tough.
Within striking distance for sure.
Most definitely. And not that necessarily needs to be their strategy, but if they can continue to knock down a three here and there, that'll help. That'll go in and out. Rebound's going to be picked up by Rome as they try to crash the boards here after the miss. Model comes out with it, though. Brenton Bell sends it left wing side to Justin Finley. Now back up top to Mason. They work it around to the right wing side to Brenton Bell, trying to feed it into Harrell, and there's a whistle that goes against Rome. Fans in red not fond of the call.
They're going to call Elson for a hold there. I'll tell you what, John Mason's one of those guys that when you see him, you're like, I got to play against that guy tonight. Because he's just going to give you credit. He's going to give you heck the whole time.
He never lets up.
Yeah.
Tyler Harrell's got it. Justin Finley. And again, tonight we're seeing John Mason getting in the scoring. He's got 8 points. Yeah. And that's not something that you see every night. But again, he is always going to be contributing on both ends of the floor in one way or another.
Right. Every loose ball, he's fighting for it. You can't take a second off against him.
Braxton Anderson, Malachi Glover back to Anderson, left wing side to Heath. He goes to work, puts up the three. Going to leave that one short. Bryson Denson catches the rebound. Now he's going to go against Rome on the sidelines.
I'm interested to see if Rome will start to counter by attacking the basket and trying to get to the free throw line. In the half court, they seem very content to settle for the threes, and they kind of play the analytics game of let's get up a bunch of shots and enough of them will fall, we'll be in good shape, but they may have to counter that.
Chaden Woodley is going to put it through, and you know, this is one of those matchups, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, It's not like it's out of reach by any stretch of the imagination, but a tough one early for Rome because obviously they've only played 4 games, just got their football players, and these guys hadn't had a lot of time to even practice together.
True.
So they're just trying to get things cranked up this year, and you face a team like Model who's 6-0 and has got a ton of momentum and has been winning games by a pretty good margin most of the way.
Yeah, they haven't really been in a nail-biter yet, so if Rome can make this one close, that could be their advantage.
So Rome with the ball. Anderson has got it. He starts to go to work on Finley, sends it outside to Glover, drives in, 2 steps forward, puts up the shot, and they just can't get him to fall through.
Nope, settling for jumpers, and right now just pretty cold from the field.
Justin Finley to Bryson Denson on the outside. They kick it out to Finley. He drives in, bounce pass to Harrell, and he puts it through.
Let the big fella eat. Just a sophomore wearing number 42. We're familiar to some big boys wearing that number, right?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Ball knocked loose. Here, traveled.
Lead is ballooned up to 15.
J.O. McGinnis checks back into the game for Rome. Model will inbound the ball. Brenton Bell feeds it into Chaden Woodley. Woodley on the far sidelines, dribbles, sends it up top to Justin Finley, feeds it left wing side. Now they're working it inside to Harrell. That is part of the strategy right now, and that's a miss. Almost went in.
Yeah, some young bigs for this Model team.
Anderson across the timeline leaves it for Glover. Back to Anderson in the corner. No look there, so he drives towards the lane. Ball gets loose, picked up by Denson. He feeds it to Finley all alone, puts it up for the layup, misses the shot. And I think he put it in the air a little bit too soon before he got near the basket.
Eyes got big there on the breakaway. Ball kind of slipped out of his hand as he was going up for the layup, but Model was able to fight for it and throw the ball off the Rome defender and keep the possession.
Justin Finley with it, now sends it left wing side to Chaden Woodley, fires it up top to Brenton Bell, now on to Bryson Denson. Denson will back up between the circles, reset, trying to bounce it to the high post to Harrell. Pass is picked off by Braxton Anderson and got his hands in there, playing some good defense for Rome.
Anderson very, very active on the defensive end.
Glover now a 3 off the glass and through for Amari Boatner.
Yeah, at this point you don't care if it goes off the glass as long as it goes through the net.
Rome trying to tighten it up a little bit before halftime, but Model with the ball with 8 seconds on the clock before the buzzer, and they go to the locker rooms. Model fighting for the last shot. Bryson Denson's going to take it from the free throw line. It is missed. The buzzer sounds, and the first half is in the books, and the Model Blue Devils win the first half 36-24.
Yeah, an impressive effort from Model. They were red hot in the first quarter, kind of a stalemate in the second. But every time Rome, like you said, tries to punch back, Model seems to have that answer and counter.
Absolutely, they do. So we are now getting ready for the halftime show. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and Ian, when we come back, we'll recap the first half, run down the scoring, all that good stuff. And as we go into the break, we just want to one more time wish everybody a Merry Christmas out there. We're glad to have you with us. We're ushering in the Christmas season the only way that you can if you're from Rome and Floyd County, and that is with the annual Christmas tournament. This is the 72nd installment of this time-honored tradition that we have tonight, and it's special. It really is.
Absolutely. It's just an honor to be here, and, wouldn't be Christmas without it.
And that's the truth. We'll be back in 3 minutes for the halftime show.
If you were injured in an accident,
It wasn't my fault.
but you called an Atlanta TV law firm.
That was my fault.
If you were injured in an accident,
Call Cromartie Law.
Personal service from local attorneys.
we don't get paid unless we win.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're going to take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
I get ready for a long-range trip by finding inspiration to begin with. Where do I want to go and why? And usually that involves adventure, something I haven't seen before, something new, a new trail to ride, a new place to get to. You go away on a big trip and you come back ready to go again.
Greetings everyone, Cash Money Mike here with World's Finest Chocolate. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and make sure you keep Christ in Christmas. Remember the reason for the season, and that is love, forgiveness, grace. And if you ever need chocolate, please give me a call. Scan the QR code, and adios.
If you've been injured by a car wreck, dog bite, slip and fall, or someone else's negligence, you need Cromartie Law. Call 706-622-4853 for your free consultation. Get personal service from local attorneys.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
I got a question for you, Ian, as we come out of the break. I was just thinking about this, but does it feel like a Friday to you today?
Not really.
It doesn't to me either. We're in that season, you know, once you get to Thanksgiving and the holiday season and you have some things that are just a little bit out of the norm, I get to that point, and I'm already there this year where you're like, what day is it?
Yeah, and that'll get worse over the next few weeks, but I can tell you this. There's always a shift to me, and I'm sure people notice it at different times, but the holiday rush, the anxiety that fills the air, like when you're out driving around, it hit today for me. It was
did
like
to
you
me
could
today
feel it.
too, man.
There's a different kind of pressure, and it's a good thing, but it's also a little bit anxious, like I said. So, it's the holidays are upon us. Everybody's trying to make sure they've checked all their boxes, and I'm just glad we have this tournament to be at, because this is a box I like to check every year.
And to your point on that, man, it was one of those days where I had a plan of a few things I needed to do before I came over here. I had to go into improvise mode a little bit. So I was just curious about that. But now back to the basketball, and at halftime, the Model Blue Devils lead the Rome Wolves 36-24. We got about 5 minutes and change until we get started with our second half. We're going to run down the scoring there from the first half. Model had a really strong start to the game, as you referenced a couple of times there in our first half in. They scored 22 points to Rome's 9. Things kind of evened out, though, in that second quarter. As a matter of fact, Rome outscored Model narrowly in that second quarter, 15-14. But still trailing this one by a score of 36-24 here at halftime. Here's how it break down individually, and we're going to start with the Rome Wolves, who currently trail. Elijah Heath had 2, 4 points for Malachi Glover, 3 points for Amari Boatner, 3 for Gio McInnes off the bench, 2 points for Marquez Elston. The leading scorer of the night so far for the Rome Wolves is Braxton Anderson, who had a good first half, offensively and defensively. He got 10 points there in double digits.
Yeah, absolutely. Anderson was so active on the defensive end. He really played a key role in keeping Rome within striking distance as he knocked down a 3. He was able to attack the basket, which I think we're going to see Rome do a little bit more of that in the second half. Hopefully they'll heat up from behind the arc to get back in the game. But I think Anderson and Heath's got to warm up as well. But these guys, they can get it to the rack. They're not just three-point shooters, so I expect them to try to attack the basket a little bit more in the second half. But a great effort from Anderson. And on the other side with Model, John Mason and Shaden Woodley just had outstanding first halves, both of them.
They really did, and let's talk about that in more detail here. As far as the scoring for Model, we'll start with Bryson Denson. He would have 5 points, and none of that was from field goals. He made 5 free throws there in the first half. I definitely suspect we're going to see more shots made from the field from that young man coming up in the second half, but chipping in 5 points from the free throw line, including 2 technical free throw shots there before the game even started. 3 points for Bryson Bell off a 3 that he made in the second quarter. He would have 3 points for Dominic Fraley, 2 points for Tyler Harrell, and then to your point on the production tonight offensively for Model, John Mason got 8 points spread evenly between the 2 quarters, and then the leading scorer of the game overall was Shaden Woodley, who in the first quarter felt like he couldn't miss anything he threw towards the bucket. He got 15 points, 13 of those in the first quarter.
Yeah, red hot to start, cooled off a little bit as Rome adjusted and settled in. But if Model can keep this a stalemate, they'll walk out of this building with an opportunity to play for a gold ball. Rome will be obviously fighting to keep that from happening.
No question. It'll be interesting to see here in the second half the chess match that we see between Coach Wee Hunt and Coach Travis and the kind of adjustments they make to try to help their teams get lifted to victory and in the championship round coming up tomorrow. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's either team's game at this point, although Model up by 12, 36-24 at half. We're back in 2 minutes for the second half.
Serious car wrecks deserve serious action. Call Cromartie Law in Rome.
They've collected tens of millions on behalf of their clients.
When you have a serious injury, you want a serious law firm on your side. You want Rick working on your personal injury case.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first.
Greetings everyone, Cash Money Mike here with World's Finest Chocolate. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and make sure you keep Christ in Christmas. Remember the reason for the season, and that is love, forgiveness, grace. And if you ever need chocolate, please give me a call. Scan the QR code, and adios.
I get ready for a long-range trip by finding inspiration to begin with. Where do I want to go and why? You go away on a big trip and you come back ready to go again.
Back in live courtside at Winthrop King Center. We're on the Hill tonight, campus of Shorter University, of course, and of course Rome has made some swaps there in terms of the uniforms, Ian.
Yeah, an interesting look. Not often that you see different colored bottoms with tops there, but that's what we've got. The red jerseys are out.
Wow. Maybe it'll be a new trend. We'll find out. I'm not sure. But Braxton Anderson with the ball. Rome trails by 12. And right now they've got the ball spinning around as Glover sends it left wing side to Heath. Fires it back up top to Glover. Glover, another spin move, goes towards the lane, trying to find somebody underneath, finds him, and that's Marquez Elston knocking it down.
To our point, there's the first change, attacking the basket, not settling for three-point shots here at the onset of the third quarter.
Ball knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Model Blue Devils as Heath poked that one out of bounds. But, Ian, we've already had one team that punched their ticket to play in the championship round. That was the Almerchi girls, and they will wait to find out who's going to win between Model and Pepperell in the game coming up after this one. More on that later. John Mason with the ball for Model, though. Dominic Fraley with it at the top of the key. Starts to work, goes to the right wing side. Mason, baseline, puts it off the glass, through, and he's going to the charity stripe.
John Mason continues to be the animal that he is out there, attacking the basket. And just so much energy and passion from that young man as he goes to the line to try to convert the three-point play.
So 10 points now for Mason on the night, and the lead's back to 12 here for the Blue Devils as they punch back, as we've talked about all night. Here's the second. Here's the shot. It is through, converts the three-point play.
It's perfect from the free throw line tonight as well.
And so Rome comes back the other way. It's Elijah Heath between the circles. Sends it to Glover. He stands at the top of the key, now goes to work inside on Fraley, gets fouled, and that could be another part of the strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a lot of depth in the front court for Model, but we have seen this shift. The chess move has been made. Rome taking it to the rack and trying to force the issue.
That was on the floor, so we get ready for Rome to inbound the ball. Anderson to Glover, block shot. Whoa. Dominic Fraley, a monster block. Here's Heath, another block, and the ball goes out of bounds. I think it was tipped by Model. Yes, it was.
Yep, it's gonna stay on this end. Dominic Fraley with an absolute fly swatter. Rejection.
Braxton Anderson surveys the floor, trying to find the open player, finds Malachi Glover. Going to send it left wing side, now back up top. Here's Heath from the free throw line, sends it underneath to Elston off the front of the rim, gets his own rebound, and gets fouled as Mason was trying to strip the ball.
I think Rome's gone to the free throw line more in the first minute and 15 seconds than they did the entire first half.
And we're going to see Elston at the free throw line for the first time of the evening. And he receives the ball from the official. Goes through his routine, gets ready for the first shot, puts it up, and that one's off the back of the rim, gets ready for the second. So right now we got a 13-point game. Models up 39-26 with 6:44 left to go in the third quarter. Rome, the winners of the gold ball this past year, 2024. Shot rattles in for Elston. Made the back end. Bryson Denson to bring it up the floor for the Blue Devils. He crosses the midcourt stripe, works right, gives it off to Bryson Bell. Now on to Chaden Woodley. Ball nearly stolen away. It is. Coming out with it is Heath. Picked it up as it was rolling on the floor and goes in, lays it in. Nice touch at the rim.
I'm getting out and running. It just hit me. These uniforms now remind me of the old Hawks 80s uniforms a little bit. Just a little bit. Don't have the gradient, but they're close.
Bryson Denson across the timeline. I wonder whose job was to go over to the school and get him. Here's John Mason, fires from three, misses the shot. Ball knocked loose. And that is going to be heading in Rome's direction.
See Chris Bowden and Park Wilkinson in the house. A lot of the Rome faithful. So somebody made a run back to the high school.
Yeah. Somebody got the duty. Across the timeline go the Wolves. Going to send it up top. Heath has got it right between the circles. He's going to hand it off to his teammate, Mari Boatner. Boatner bounced pass to Heath. Is going to work inside. Lost the handle. It was stripped. Got it back. Block shot. Another one.
Yeah. Fraley protecting the rim.
Here comes Chaden Woodley. Puts up the three, and it is through.
Tell you what, that's a confident young man.
Of course, he comes from a legendary basketball family here in town. His aunt is Victoria Saxton. His uncle is VJ Saxton. Of course, their dad is Victor Saxton, who played for legendary East Rome teams.
Completely different looking offense here from Rome in the third quarter.
All right, folks, we got it. Who made that?
That was Elston.
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll put that in the book. We're going to keep it here through this timeout.
The assist was Elijah Heath on that one as well. So, yeah, Rome, major shift here, going at the rim. But, again, even though they've changed that strategy, Model's still hitting big shots. You've had John Mason with a three-point play, Chaden Woodley coming down and stepping into a three-pointer, draining it. So it seems like every time Rome makes a run, Model's just ready to answer.
Oh, 100%. And then I do want to finish this thought, though, but another relative, obviously, of Chaden is Consuela, used to be Nene Daniels.
Oh, yeah.
So Victoria's mom. And she was a legendary basketball player here locally and went on to play collegiately at Alabama.
That's right.
And the reason I want to mention these names is just because we've had so many great basketball players here from Rome and Floyd County that have entertained us in this tournament through the years. And you think about those folks.
Absolutely. I mean, dude, when I was a kid, I was watching those East Rome teams with Tony Woods and Victor, and I mean, they were loaded, absolutely loaded. Tyrese Wright, ton of good players on those teams. There's a great legacy of wonderful basketball players in Floyd County.
Bryson Denson going to bring it up the floor here for the Blue Devils. And he is going to get fouled by Elijah Heath. John Mason surveys the floor, ready to send it in motion. He's going to send it right wing side to Bryson Bell. They get it inside of Fraley, puts it up off the side of the rim. And a whistle and a foul's called underneath.
They're going to get Elston with the body there. That'll send Fraley to the line. Let's see if the senior can convert. Left that shot a little bit short.
So a couple shots coming up from Fraley. Puts it up. Yeah, a lot of my memories as a kid were going to the tournament games down at Georgia Highlands when it was Floyd College, and I mean they had to turn people away during that period of time.
I remember standing out in some long lines to get into that gym.
I was lucky because of my family connection that my seat was secure. Second shot is through. Spent a lot of time though during that period of time in the hospitality suite eating pizza. Across the timeline goes Heath. Heath sends it to the right wing side to Anderson. Now back around to the left wing side. Going to go baseline. Back up top. Going to dribble it towards the paint. Heath kicks it out. Long three is going to be a little off the mark. Rebound goes to Model. Denson comes out with it.
Yeah, he picked Warford's pocket there.
Of course, the broadcast has come a long way since those days. We used to have to run like 100-foot telephone cord into an office. My dad did, and that was always an adventure. You can get David Mathis to tell you about that. Stolen away. Here we go, the other end, lays it in. Heath on the other side, coast to coast.
Rome try to get a stop here. They have not been able to get that lead under double digits since they fell behind in the first quarter.
John Mason on the right wing side. Model on top by 11, 44-33. Ball nearly stolen away. Here's Chaden Woodley on the right wing side.
Can't give Woodley an inch. He'll take a mile.
Bryson Denson between the circles sets up the half-court offense for the Blue Devils. Gets it to Bryson Bell all alone. Knocks down the tray.
And I tell you, Bell's picked his spots to shoot, but when he fires, he's dangerous.
47-33, and the lead is out to 14 here for the Blue Devils. 3:35 left to go in the third quarter. Rome has got to make a move here. Malachi Glover's got it, puts it up and through. There's the first step.
Great body control down there, keeping his pivot foot and finding a way to work his way around Fraley to get the easy best bucket.
Bryson Denson with the basketball. Rome cuts into the lead and cuts it to 12. Rome with the ball, nearly stolen away by Bryson Denson, and a foul is going to be called.
They went with the double there. It's a coachable moment here for Wehunt. He's just letting him know you got to body him up. Can't reach those hands forward or they're going to get you 9 times out of 10.
So Denson's going to the free throw line here, and he has been there a lot tonight. 5 of 7 from the stripe so far in this basketball game. Gets his first 2 shots from the free throw line in the third quarter. First one on the way, and that one is in.
Another big difference in this ball game. Model has not allowed Rome to do their hockey line style substitutions. They've stuck with a core of about 8 players as they've had to claw back from the very beginning of this ball game.
Bryson Denson ready to shoot again, puts that one through. He makes them both. He's a really good free throw shooter. And now the lead is back to 14 for Model. 3:07 left to go in the third quarter. Rome with the basketball. Malachi Glover feeds it to Braxton Anderson, starts to work inside, kicks it back out to Glover, sends it left wing. They're going to work it inside to Elston. No, that's not Elston. Shot is up, is missed. That was Warford. It's left. Warford deflects the pass, coming back the other way with it is Glover. Bounce pass underneath. Boatner gets away from him and goes out of bounds. John Mason surveys the floor, ready to send it in. Bit of pressure here from Rome. And Chaden Woodley receives the pass, will bring it up the floor, goes across the Conference Carolinas logo on the near side.
A little handsy there from Malachi Glover. An easy call for the officials.
And so more free throws coming up here for the Blue Devils.
In the bonus.
Chaden Woodley's got 18 points, looks to add to his scoring totals in the ball game and try to create a little bit more separation for the Blue Devils. And so Chaden Woodley at the free throw line puts it up, and it is through.
Silky smooth.
He's done a great job from the free throw line.
Has he missed?
6 for 6.
Oh, and now we'll see. Can he overcome the broadcaster's curse?
I caught myself, and then you asked me. Second shot is through. We didn't do it to him. 51-35. No broadcaster's curse on that comment. Malachi Glover's got it, gives it out to Braxton Anderson, feeds it underneath to the baseline. Rome with the ball, he bounces it off Woodley on the Rome bench. Gio McGinnis is going to feed the ball in for the Wolves, gets it into Anderson between the circles. He stops, pops from 2, misses the shot. Battle for the rebound between Warford and Mason, and it was heated.
Did they call a jump? They did. That'll go the other direction. Yeah.
So we get ready for a little conversation with the official and Warford right there. And now he walks over to John Mason to hand him the ball. Just trying to keep things under control. It was definitely a physical jump ball there. No big deal, but John Mason will fire it in. Ball deflected out of bounds by Glover.
Rome has to dial. They have to force the issue. Trailing by 16 points here.
Got Pepperell and Model Girls coming up in the next girls semifinal. We got a whistle over here away from the ball. Well,
I think they got Warford. I saw him hold up a 2-4.
A little bit of confusion here.
It's going to Rome.
Yep. So it was not against Warford. Rome has the ball, and Braxton Anderson is set to send it in motion. Right now, Model leads at 51-35, 2:16 left to go in the third quarter, and the officials trying to sort something out right here. I think there might, see what the result of this is. One of the officials walking over to Jacob Travis here with a little bit of an explanation.
Coach Travis is going to take a timeout.
All right, well, let's take one as well. 2:16 left to go in the third quarter. Right now, Model leads at 51-35. We will be back in 30 seconds.
Yeah, things have changed over the years to make life easier, but still, some stuff you do, it's great to pass on to your kids.
Call Cromartie Law of Rome and get to know local attorneys that work with you personally. Call a TV law firm in Atlanta and get to know this.
Call Cromartie Law in Rome. They've collected tens of millions on behalf of their clients.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
And we welcome you back to live coverage of the 72nd Annual Christmas Tournament here on WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media live stream. We're inside the Winthrop King Center up on the hill at Shorter University. Right now, Model leads Rome in a semifinal game in the boys bracket, 51-35. We've got 2 minutes and change left in the third quarter. Model steals the inbound pass, works it the other way, fires it up top. Bryson Denson with the basketball. He backs up. Will reset the offense here for the Blue Devils. Now sends it right wing side to Chaden Woodley. Woodley with it on the right wing, back up top. Brenton Bell with the basketball, starts to work inside, hands it off for Tyler Harrell. Ball gets mixed up, knocked out of bounds. It's coming back to Rome.
Great defense there by Rome. But time is not on their side. Trailing here late in the third quarter, 51-35.
Let's see if the Wolves can put together a little run here late in the third quarter and tighten things up before we get to the final 8. Bounce pass to the left wing side. That's in the hands of Boatner up top. There's Anderson underneath off the glass. Nice feed from Anderson to Warford through the bucket.
Yeah. Fun watching these two big sophomores, Bill Warford, go up against Tyler Harrell, battling down on the blocks.
Model with the basketball trying to respond on the other side, and it's Chaden Woodley with a finger roll scoring the basket.
Silky smooth. Just such a fluid player.
He has now got 22 points in the ball game, leads all scorers. On the left wing side is Boatner for the Rome Wolves, trapped in the corner, bails him out. Glover does, puts up the three, left that one well short.
And even when Rome's open, they've just not had a good shooting night from beyond the arc. The offense has never felt like it's found its flow.
And a lot of that has to do with the way that Model defends.
No question.
Right now the ball's in the hands of Heath, drives in, puts up a little runner, misses the shot. Rebound picked up by Heath. Here's a good look at a three, and it is in and out. Will not go. There for Boatner. Chaden Woodley down to Harrell, one-on-one underneath, scoops it in off the glass.
Big minutes for the youngster there.
35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Sends it left wing, back up top. There's Heath, drives in, stops, gives it to Anderson. He drives, gives it underneath to Warford, and he gets fouled.
And Denson had no choice but to wrap him up. Nice, clean, hard foul there. Put the big guy on the free throw line, don't give him the easy bucket.
So Warford is going to the free throw line with 26.3 ticks left on the clock here in the third quarter of this game. And we get ready for Warford's free throw. The first one's on the way, and it's hard off the back of the rim. 2 more games for you tonight after this one. We mentioned that we've got the Model and Pepperell girls coming up directly after this one. And then we'll have Darlington Rockmart boys as the nightcap. We already know that Armurchie is in one of the final games, playing for a gold ball tomorrow. Will it be Pepperell or Model? Second shot is through for Warford. 23 seconds left on the clock here in the third quarter. Across the timeline goes Brenton Bell. Off to Chaden. Now on to Bryson Denson with 13 seconds left to go in the quarter and the shot clock off. Backing up is Denson. Now he'll work towards the paint. Ooh, he traveled.
Yeah. We got to call that one.
A little hesitation before the whistle was blown, and then we started to hear a little protest from the fans, but then the call was made accurately. I feel like this tournament so far, all the games we've seen have been really well officiated.
Yeah, absolutely. Fan bases may not agree when it doesn't go their way, but yeah, I think they've done a great job.
Heath put up the shot. Yeah, I didn't make any friends saying that probably, but I believe it to be true, so I'll say it.
The games we've watched, I've been impressed. Haven't seen any egregious calls.
No. That was the end of the third quarter. Model leads at 55-38 going into the final frame. We're back for it after a 1-minute timeout.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Our presenting sponsor, Cromartie Law. Instant Replay is brought to you by Smith & Woods Wealth Management. We also thank Mathis True Value Hardware, Advent Health Redmond, World's Finest Chocolate, and the Herb Shop on Broad. Please support the businesses that support us.
Yeah, things have changed over the years to make life easier, but still, some stuff you do, it's great to pass on to your kids.
Model and Rome battling it out to see which one of these teams is going to go on and challenge for the gold ball this year, coming up tomorrow night in this very gym. Shorter University, Winthrop King Center. Here's Fraley, and off the glass and through.
And Fraley with fresh legs because of the big minutes played by Tyler Harrell there in the third quarter. So that will play a role here in the fourth as Rome tries to stage a huge comeback.
Ball is poke free, deflected, nearly went out of bounds, but Model kept it inbounds and has the ball after the Rome turnover. Bryson Denson across the timeline on the far sideline, stolen away, could be a breakaway. It is, and he dunks it. Elijah Heath with the one-handed flush there. Wow. On the other end, Chaden Willie got back quick, but it's stolen away, so Rome trying to put together a late run here in the fourth quarter. 57-40. Rome trying to climb back in it, as Ian just mentioned. Glover with it, bounce passes picked off by Mason, ball loose on the floor. Rome gets it right back. Underneath they go, he traveled.
Man, and they had 4-on-2 there. Kind of a snapshot of the night for Rome there. Even when it seems like they've got the advantage, things haven't really gone their way.
Really hasn't. John Mason about to toss it in here for the Blue Devils and set things in motion. He got it into Bryson Bell. Now Mason is going to bring it up the floor. He's across the honk head at mid-floor. Gives it off to Bryson Denson. Now to the right wing side to Chaden. Works baseline, goes in, gives it to Fraley. Kisses it off the glass after the feed from Woodley.
And Model again. Every time Rome gets two, they seem to answer with four.
They really do. It's been one of those nights pretty much the entire night. Here comes Rome on the baseline. Nice bounce pass. Gets it outside, but the shot not the finish they were looking for, and a foul underneath. We'll see shots here.
That will send Gio McGinnis to the line.
So as Ian pointed out, we got McGinnis. He's got 3 points in the game, knocked down a three in the second quarter. First shot is through.
Good looking shot there.
Three guys will check in here for the Wolves, or two. Marquez Elston and Amari Boatner's back in the game. And you've got McGinnis with one more free throw. He knocks that one in as well. Model brings it up the floor. Dominic Fraley takes the pass across the timeline. Poke free. Bryson Denson backs up. Sets up the half-court offense, looks off to Coach Travis for some instruction before he starts their set. Now works at right wing side to Woodley, inside to Fraley, working him hard underneath. And it's a whistle and a foul against Elston.
Is that 5?
I'm not sure, but he is checking out pretty quick, so it must have been.
I think that's the end of his night. He did not agree with the call, felt like he held his position.
59-42, 6:05 left to go. Model has led this wire to wire. Here is Dominic Fraley. Kicks it out to Bryson Bell, now back out to Chatham Woodley, and right now we're seeing Model get deliberate with every possession here, trying to
just milk the clock, protect the lead. No reason to press the issue.
Ball stolen away. And what we got here? Travel? No?
They haven't called it yet.
No.
I mean, Glover was trying to stand up. I couldn't tell if he really was possessing the ball or not, and they're going to have a powwow.
Yeah, going to be a group decision on this one. Make sure everybody's on the same page.
Meeting of the minds.
Yes. See who had the best vantage point to see what really happened there. And they're saying run ball.
Yep.
All right, we're going to have a timeout on the floor. Let's take it with them. 5:47 left in this one. Models up 59-42. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
we're going to take care of you.
If you ever hear these sounds or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Tonight on live coverage of the 72nd annual Rome Seven Hills Rotary Christmas Basketball Tournament. Great tradition in our community, and we feel blessed to be here and have the opportunity to share the experience with you, whether you're listening on the radio, on the live stream. And who knows, there might be some folks that go home from the games in the evening and take a second peek at them. They were here and want to relive the experience again.
Yeah, absolutely. I know when I played any sport, I would have loved to have done that when I was a kid. I had an uncle or aunt who would come and VHS tape some stuff every now and then. That was so awesome. So
Rome Wolves with the basketball, trying to climb back in this one. It's desperation time without a doubt, and they're acting like it, diving for the basketball, still getting after it here late in this ball game. Here they come. That's Heath, puts it up, and that one rattles off the rim. Rim not kind.
Yeah. Look, without a question, Model has forced the issue tonight, but it's been a tough night shooting the rock for the Rome Wolves.
Bryson Bell's got it, gives it off to Mason, spins around in the lane, puts it up and scores again.
Mason has played under control. He has picked his spots, and all 4 quarters he's been able to get to the rack, get where he wants, and convert.
Here's Heath, jacks up the long-range 3. That one's off the side of the rim. 61-42, Model on top. John Mason drives left wing side, low block, tried the Euro step, ball got stripped. Coming out with it was McGinnis.
Jacob Travis slapping the floor.
Ball not loose, but Rome got it back. Slapping the floor.
Yeah, he's got a 19-point lead, and he didn't like something he saw out there. Always looking to improve.
And that's the bottom line, man. Both these teams out here trying to win the game, but at the same time, taking every rep they get to try to get better. Because obviously everybody that goes in this tournament, Ian, has the goal of trying to win the gold ball. But they also want to get great experience that for the teams that are going to have good enough records at the end of the year to get in the playoffs, have that experience that pays dividends when you get to that point. And what a golden opportunity it is, pardon the pun here. Chatham Woodley's got it, sends it left wing side to Bryson Bell. Bell surveys the floor, looks inside to Denson. Ball is picked off. Anderson came out with it, feeds it down to McGinnis, goes in strong, puts it up hard off the glass and gets fouled by Mason.
That was a fantastic pass from Braxton Anderson. Absolute bullet to McGinnis. McGinnis couldn't convert, but he will get a chance to go to the line.
And Ian, for the second time of the fourth quarter, he finds himself there. His first trip was successful. He's made 2 in a row here in the fourth quarter. So maybe he can make it 3. Yes, he does, and then 4. We'll find out in a moment.
Well, in our next game, we're going to get to see a battle that should be wildly entertaining. I think about Cam Sanders going up against Caitlin House. I mean, there's going to be some fireworks, I think, in game 3.
Looking forward to it. Second shot on the way is in and out, kind of rattles out of the rim, and of course we'll have Gavin Booker and Luke Reynolds on for the call of games 3 and 4 tonight, including the one you just referenced. Ball sails out of bounds. It's coming back to Rome. So we've got 3:45 left to go in this one, 61-43. Going to be running a little bit behind on game 3 tonight. Across the timeline goes Anderson. Sends it left wing side to McGinnis. Back to Anderson. Anderson with it. Finds McGinnis on the left wing. He bounces it off Denson, just trying to keep possession of the ball.
Yeah, got himself in trouble there on the baseline and made the heads-up play. Throw it off the defender.
Big crowd on hand. They are packed around the rafters now, and the crowd continues to grow as the evening progresses. Shot is up and through for Mr. Heath. He's having a good night.
Indeed.
Picked up 10 points so far in this game, pretty evenly spread out over the course of the last few quarters. Ball stolen away by Rome. With it is McGinnis. McGinnis feeds it up top. Got a little tongue-tied there. There's Heath. Puts it up from just beyond the free throw line and scores again.
Rome within 14.
Hey, this thing's not completely done yet. Chaden Woodley's got it, goes in. Of course, that helps.
Yeah, that's an easy basket there.
And a timeout is called. We'll take it as well. 2:49 left to go in this one. Model leads at 63-47, trying to finish the drill here, and we're back in 30 seconds.
Serious car wrecks deserve serious action. Call Cromartie Law in Rome.
They've collected tens of millions on behalf of their clients.
When you have a serious injury, you want a serious law firm on your side. You want Rick working on your personal injury case.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
Well, we welcome you back here as we're getting late in this one, under the 3-minute mark. 2:49 left to go in the fourth quarter, to be exact, between the Rome Wolves and the Model Blue Devils. Model Blue Devils, Ian, have led wire to wire, and currently they have got a 16-point, 63-47 lead.
I'll tell you what, in the preseason, Coach Travis had questions. He's like, yeah, these guys have played big minutes, and they've been a part of a lot of wins, but they've never had to step up and be the leaders of this program. And I think the program's in good hands.
Well, they're looking to go 7-0 tonight and have an opportunity to play for a gold ball tomorrow. And this is a team that, to your point, obviously losing those 5 seniors and guys that played, from being a freshman forward in most of those cases. And they have adapted to the change. And, man, they play a little different style, but it's been very effective so far through now the 7th game of the season. So definitely a team to keep an eye on throughout the regular season at the end of the year. And speaking of Rome, we talked about the limited amount of time, not only in terms of games, but also in practice time that they've had this year. They've got some good ingredients for this team. They're going to play some good basketball. It's going to be interesting to see how they progress throughout the course of the season. I like what we've seen from this team throughout the tournament so far. It's been a tough shooting night tonight, as you pointed out, but
and they play in a pretty brutal region, too.
Yeah, they do. Bryson Denson with the ball. Going to send it left wing side. Chaden Woodley, for safe measure, knocks down another wicket tray.
Have yourself a night, young man.
He's going to make me do some math tonight. Rome with the basketball on the left wing up top. Anderson shakes off Woodley, puts up the shot, misses. Harrell gets the rebound. Here comes Bryson Denson, motors quickly across the timeline. We're now under 2 minutes to go. This has been a long game, it feels like.
Yeah, it has dragged on. Rome's been a little bit more deliberate in the second half, but it hasn't mattered. They just can't find their offensive footing, and when Model needs a shot, they get one.
Here's Bryson Denson into the lane, gets blocked. That was Warford coming up with the block at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Anderson, I think he might have walked there.
They missed that one.
Denson got the rebound, though. He comes back the other way, pass to Woodley off the glass, unselfish play, and a score. Results.
Easy bucket. It's all over, but what will the final score be as the clock winds down close to a minute?
Braxton Anderson feeds it right wing side to McGinnis. Oh, a ball nearly stolen away. That would have been a dunk for sure from Woodley. Shot up and missed. And we're going to see Braxton at the line.
Anderson's given a great effort tonight. Again, not just a refrigerated truck on offense for Rome. I mean, I don't know what the total numbers are, but I'd say it's somewhere in the mid-20s as far as field goal percentage.
Anderson knocks down the first free throw. We get ready for a second. And that one's on the way and through as well. Young man's got 12 points tonight and a great effort here for his Rome Wolves. 68-49, Model on top. We are officially under a minute to go in this one. Bryson Denson backs up. Obviously, no need for Rome to foul with a deficit of this nature. We got 50 seconds to go. Denson with it, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Now to Bryson Bell, left wing side to John Mason. Mason fakes the pass, now drives up top. Woodley going to drive baseline, puts up the shot and through. He can't miss.
He can't. Stuffing the stat sheet. It's got to be close to 30 at this point.
Yeah. And right now Rome with the ball. One of the things that's been interesting about this model team this year is how effective they've been offensively. They were averaging 74.5 points a game coming to this one, and they got close to that mark against a good team.
Yeah.
And so John Mason, and rightfully so, with the ball in his hands, will dribble out the remaining seconds, and the folks in blue get to celebrate and get ready for another opportunity to hoist a gold ball coming up tomorrow night. Hadn't had one since 2014. They would love to see that drought end tomorrow, but it's going to be a tough matchup no matter who they get. It'll either be Darlington or Calhoun, so they got another difficult step to overcome to get that gold ball.
Yes, they do, and you got to stay right here with us if you want to find out who's playing for the gold ball tomorrow night. You got two great games ahead, two in the books. WLAQ Sports delivering the tourney.
Along with Northwest Georgia Media. And we're going to take a break. We've got about 15 minutes until we start our next game. So we're running about 15 minutes by, and that's not bad. Things have been tracking pretty good here today. But again, Model wins and advances to the championship round tomorrow in this very gym. And make sure that you secure your seat and get here early, because it's going to be a packed house no matter who they play. But 70-49, your final score. Model wins it. We'll step out for 3 minutes. We'll come back, recap this game, and then we'll get you set for games number 3 and 4. We still got 2, as Ian mentioned, coming up. We've got the Model and Pepper girls on the way, and then we've got Darlington Rockmart boys to close out the evening. So looking forward to that coming up. But anyway, let's go ahead and step out for 3 minutes, come back and recap.
You've been injured by a car wreck, dog bite, slip and fall, or someone else's negligence. You need Cromartie Law. Call 706-622-4853 for your free consultation. Get personal service from local attorneys.
Search Cromartie Law.
Call me first, Rick Cromartie.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like a great basketball team, success starts with a solid game plan. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead.
Yeah, things have changed over the years to make life easier, but still, some stuff you do, it's great to pass on to your kids.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're going to take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Greetings, everyone. Cash Money Mike here with World's Finest Chocolate. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and make sure you keep Christ in Christmas. Remember the reason for the season, and that is love, forgiveness, grace. And if you ever need chocolate, please give me a call. Scan the QR code, and adios.
Quality stuff.
Little side note here, Gavin Booker and Luke Reynolds about to call the last two games, and Gavin Booker just asked Ian and I, because we're both Georgia Tech fans, if we'd seen the helmets that the Yellow Jackets are wearing for the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Well, they got white helmets with gold and everything, but they got Pop-Tart sprinkles on it, which I'm just glad they're not in the Duke's Mayonnaise Bowl.
Oh, I've told you a million times, if I was a coach, I'd turn that ball down.
I would too, man.
I couldn't do it.
As a matter of fact, I'm not a guy that would protest much, but I would just about protest that even exists, because mayonnaise is from the devil.
I hate,
no doubt.
I hate watching the mayonnaise bath every year, and somehow it gets in my feed, and I'm like, I don't want to see this.
No.
Just the thought of being covered in that much mayonnaise is if you want to get me to give you information, that's a perfect way to torture me. You got it. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Same. That's the same. That's why we're both members and a part of the executive committee of a group that you formed called HAMS.
That's right. Humans Against Mayonnaise, ladies and gentlemen. Charter members here. If you want to join, let us know.
Not that anybody needed that. We'll jump back into the basketball. But the Model Blue Devils just picked up a victory over Rome. 70-49 was the score in that one. They punched their ticket, and they will await the winner of the nightcap. It'll be either Darlington or Rockmart in that game. I think I may have accidentally said Calhoun earlier, but that was a close game, and Rockmart won that game there to punch their ticket at the semifinals. But anyway, we've got going to go run down the scoring here. We're going to start with the Rome Wolves, and they did have two gentlemen that got in double digits. More on that in a minute, but they would pick up 6 points from Malachi Glover, 3 points from Amari Boatner, 6 points from Gio McGinnis, 7 points from Marquez Elston. You would have 3 points from Kylan Garrett, and then you had two players in double digits that we referenced earlier. One was Braxton Anderson, who was everywhere tonight, and then Elijah Heath as well picked up 12 points. And one of the things that when you look at the scorebook stands out is, in the first game that we saw against Pepperell, Rome's prowess in terms of offense was making those threes. Well, in this particular game, they were able to knock down only 2 threes there, or actually 3 threes in the first half. And then in the second half, they did not make a single one. So that was quite a departure from what we saw yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely not. They never really found their rhythm on offense. Tried to make some changes in the second half, but certainly fought till the end. Tried to pressure the ball. It just could not get the ball in the basket.
No question. And now for the Model Blue Devils, Ian, they would have 2 players that got in double digits. Bryson Denson would have 7, 6 points from Bryson Bell, 9 points. Dominic Fraley, 4 points for Tyler Harrell. And then the 2 players that would get in double digits would be John Mason, who had a great game tonight on both sides of the ball, scored 13 points. And then Chaden Woodley made me get out a calculator tonight because he dropped 31 points, including 4 made threes. And offensively, he was just absolutely electric in this game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. He was getting it to the rack, hitting the mid-range, and again added 4 3 balls as well. And it seemed like Mason or Woodley, every time Model needed a bucket, they were there and they were knocking it down.
Well, Ian, we got to wrap up because we got to turn over the headsets here to Gavin Booker and Luke Reynolds. They've got Model and Pepperell girls coming up in the next game a little bit later on, Darlington Rockmart boys. But for Ian Griffin, I'm Matt Davis. And, of course, for the whole video crew and Lynn Butler back in the studio, we're going to turn it over to these guys and take a 5-minute break, give them an opportunity to get their headsets set up and ready to roll. But enjoy being with you tonight. Enjoy the rest of the broadcast. I'm going to sit down and watch some round ball, Ian.
Let's roll.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit for Game 3 of the night. It's Pepperell and Model girls. Another semifinal game. We'll return in 5 minutes.